I am pleased to welcome you to this fifth in our series of virtual knowledge exchange events. During these events, we've been exploring by sharing lessons learned, challenges, and insights, a number of topics that we as the KE4CAP community have identified. In doing so, our intentions has always been to enhance our respective platforms, to enhance them in terms of inspiring climate action by targeted audiences and increasing the utility of our platforms to support those actions. The focus of this event is to explore the roles of our platforms in supporting monitoring, reporting, and evaluation of progress on adaptation. The KE4CAP survey, which most of you participated in, indicated that there are a diversity of roles that our platforms are playing, but also that there are challenges that are limiting those roles and therefore need to be addressed when considering and undertaking them. To clarify the focus and kick off this knowledge exchange event, this presentation is intended to provide you with my perceptions of what is monitoring, reporting, and evaluation in the context of our platforms. But also, I want to be very clear on what we are and are not covering and including in this event. I'm also providing my perceptions of why we are discussing this topic. And furthermore, what did our survey, or what did you, in responding to our survey, tell us about this topic? I also want to talk about the scope of our discussions during this virtual knowledge exchange event and the expected outcomes. As I mentioned, the focus for this knowledge exchange event is on the roles and activities of our platforms when supporting monitoring, reporting, and evaluation of the status of and progress on adaptation, or more broadly, progress on climate actions. I believe these roles include monitoring and reporting on the effects of climate change, potentially focusing on particular sectors, resources, organizations, or communities, as well as monitoring and reporting on actions taken to address these effects of climate change by providing examples such as case studies and descriptions of users' journeys. It also includes evaluation of actions being taken relative to identified or expected directions as reflected in adaptation strategies and plans. Within this event, we are not directly considering monitoring, reporting, and evaluation of the quality and effectiveness of that being offered by our platforms. I do recognize that there is an indirect link between these two different aspects, and we'll highlight these once in a while during this presentation. But our focus during this event will be on monitoring, reporting, and evaluation of progress on adaptation. Why are monitoring, reporting, and evaluation of progress on adaptation? Why is this needed? And why is it considered a role for our platforms to undertake? My perspective on these questions is that there is a real need to establish and make available baseline and trends information as a basis for further action, thus a role for our platforms. In addition, there is also a need to identify pathways, whether they're successful or less so, as a basis for continuous learning and improvement of actions being taken. Once again, a role for our platforms. Continuous learning and improvement are fundamental to adapting well, in that they are linked to inspiring and informing action, particularly recognizing that adaptation and resilience require periodic evaluation and updating. These updates are necessary to address new knowledge and situations, but also to identify progress or lack thereof against expected results, to spot shortcomings and bottlenecks in implementation, and to highlight whether there are any unintended consequences, whether they be positive or negative. The further advantage of having the resulting information available is that it can be used to inspire action. This is done by identifying benefits, including multiple benefits associated with the identified action, as well as benefits of learning to improve. This is that indirect link. It is also obvious that such information can be used to guide the further design and development of our respective platforms, increasing our understanding of where and what our targeted audiences are doing, and therefore what we should be offering. The KE4CAP survey, as I mentioned earlier, provided us with a strong basis for understanding to what extent and how the KE4CAP community of platforms are involved in monitoring, reporting, and evaluation. Our analysis suggests that there are three overarching areas that cover the breadth of MRE-related roles and activities. These included reporting on adaptation actions, monitoring and tracking adaptation capability, and supporting national and transnational adaptation monitoring, reporting, and evaluation activities. Platform roles identified within the first of these included primarily those related to promoting and inspiring action by sharing case studies and information on users' journeys, by promoting and facilitating self-reporting, and facilitating horizontal and vertical coordination of adaptation actions being taken by the targeted audience. These roles built on track and feedback functions supported with analytics and insights from stakeholders and in-house analyses, and were in some cases related to implementing specific policies, mechanisms, and requirements for reporting at the national and transnational level. On the second overarching role, the reported focus was on establishing a baseline and tracking trends for adaptation capability as a basis for understanding the maturity of the adaptation being undertaken. We'll hear more about this from Adaptation Scotland during this virtual knowledge exchange event. On supporting national adaptation monitoring, reporting, and evaluation, roles included a broad spectrum from providing guidance and providing links to progress reports and associated adaptation strategies and plans to participating in or facilitating the development of indicators. It was also noted that when engaging with relevant ministries and other partners to facilitate MR monitoring, reporting, and evaluation, it could be an effective means of supporting such activities, but also for demonstrating the value added of the platform. On what are seen as the associated challenges, the survey also provided some useful insights. Fundamental to these challenges are that for many, monitoring, reporting, and evaluation is not a formally recognized nor funded role, as their roles are focused primarily on sharing knowledge, data, and decision support resources. These fundamental challenges are compounded by or led to limited access to the data, information, and capacities required to undertake monitoring, reporting, and evaluation. This in turn limited understanding and knowledge of the evolving risks and actions being taken, and thereby limit the ability of the platform to track and validate action. This limits the extent to which learning can be supported. There are other compounding challenges that were identified. These included available human resources in terms of the required capacities and skills, and the available financial resources, as well as the complexity and requirement associated with monitoring, reporting, and evaluation, including specifically data collection and analyses, metrics capable of operating within a harmonized framework, the reporting process, and who should be reporting and engaged, and managing expectations. Together, these additional challenges are linked to and feed back into the fundamental challenges related to the formal recognition of the monitoring, reporting, and evaluation role and the primacy of the sharing knowledge roles of most platforms. Based on this focus on monitoring, reporting, and evaluation, and your input through the KE4CAP survey, we have put together a program for this event that will allow you to further explore lessons learned, challenges, and where further action is needed. During the event, we will focus our deliberation around 3 areas, using the pre-recorded presentations to stimulate and inform those discussions. As such, I encourage you to view and consider prior to the event the 5 12-minute pre-recorded presentations available on the KE4CAP's workspace. We will begin by focusing on the roles our platforms are currently playing in monitoring, reporting, and evaluation, exploring the lessons learned, and seeking your insights and views. These include reporting and tracking progress relative to the adaptation cycle, providing information and guidance to inform monitoring and evaluation, the reporting roles, advising and brokering discussions related to monitoring, reporting, and evaluation, strategic and knowledge-based positioning of the platform, and providing a home for reporting and monitoring instruments, as well as others. Our second area of discussion will focus on exploring the potential roles of platforms, including the possibilities for formal recognition and the scope of such roles. Our discussions will specifically draw on 2 of the 5 pre-recorded presentations, the one on the global stocktake and the second on benchmarking adaptation capability. We would like to particularly focus on seeking your views and insights on the extent to which monitoring, reporting, and evaluation on progress on adaptation should or could be part of your platform's roles. The extent to which lessons and experiences of other platforms can be used to support the development of your monitoring, reporting, and evaluation roles, and the range of evaluation metrics that are being used as a means of measuring success or inferring quality in the actions being taken. We are also interested in hearing your insights and views on related challenges and where further action, including with that within the KE4CAP community, is needed. The final session of this event is a breakout group session. During that session, we will provide you with an opportunity to discuss more fully one of 2 aspects of recognizing and valuing the roles of our platforms in monitoring, reporting, and evaluation. On registration, you will have already pre-selected your choice of the breakout group in which you would like to participate. One group will discuss whether the roles they are contributing to reporting, monitoring, and evaluation are actually recognized both internally and externally, and the extent to which our platform should and can be making more of these contributions. The second breakout group is intended to provide you with an opportunity to share your views and insights into the extent to which playing and demonstrating a capacity to support reporting, monitoring, and evaluation could and can be seen to enhance the value and thereby be used to garner greater support and resources. Through the pre-recorded presentations and our deliberations during this knowledge exchange event, we believe we have designed a program that will provide you with an opportunity to share your experiences and challenges, as well as insights and views on monitoring and reporting, and to consider different approaches and their respective values for your platform. As well as, we think it'll provide you with an opportunity to consider the roles of platforms in evaluation and the extent to which they could be implemented. We also recognize that we cannot cover all aspects of monitoring, reporting, and evaluation during this event. We have 2.5 hours. The deliberation during VKE5 are our first opportunity to begin exploring this topic with you. As such, we encourage you to also consider and share your views during this event, including through the chat function, towards identifying additional aspects that need more discussion within KE4CAP. Your input in this context will be used to inform the program for our synthesis workshop scheduled for the 8th to 10th of September. More information on that event and other related activities will be coming soon. I hope you enjoy the event, and I look forward to your participation. Thank you very much.